Fortnite Season 6 Primal, a fresh take on Battle Royale with a brand new crafting system that will change the way we play Fortnite forever. Today we'll be breaking down all the new weapons, items, features, map changes, and literally everything else added in version 16.0. This video took a lot of time to make, so we'd appreciate you using code T5G in the item shop if you're interested in buying the new Battle Pass. But with that said, let's begin with the very long list of what's new in weapons and items. Season 6 has brought us an absolutely dramatic change to the loot pool and the amount of weapons around the map right now. There are completely new versions of weapons and an overhauled crafting system to go with them. For the weapons, there's a category of new guns called the Primal series, and these can be found in chests and floor loot, crafted, or can be fished. There's the Primal Rifle, Primal Pistol, and the Primal Bow. The bow has multiple versions such as the Primal Flame Bow and the Primal Stink Bow. One shoots fire arrows with the other shooting stink bombs, obviously. These bows have completely replaced snipers in Season 6 to fit the Primal theme, and I gotta say, I love them so far. Let's see how these babies progress throughout the season. There's also the Makeshift series of weapons where you can get a makeshift revolver, bow, shotgun, and rifle. These makeshift weapons are the lowest rarity and the most common types of items that you can find. Basically, they're kind of the worst of the bunch. And finally, Season 6 has brought the Mechanical series, which only apply to some bows. There's two types of mechanical bows, the Mechanical Explosive Bow and the Mechanical Shockwave Bow. And as you can tell from the name, they shoot either explosives or shockwave grenades. It turns out the Shockwave Bow will convert however many arrows are in your inventory to shockwave arrows, so we got up to 30 shockwaves in our inventory. Moving on, if you take out some of the bosses around the map, you have a chance of getting yourself a mythic primal weapon, and they are insane. These weapons come alongside an absolutely huge amount of items being put into the vault. As of this update, all shotguns and snipers that were in the loophole yesterday are now gone. Bouncers have also been taken out of the game along with the 0-point fish and thermal fish, and speaking of fish, there's quite a few new ones. Now you can find the stink fish in the water, and if you eat it, it works like a regular flopper, but if you throw it, it works as a stink bomb. This was the gas flopper that was leaked a few weeks ago, and it's cool to see it in game now, especially because it's a blobfish stink. It looks so derpy, okay? Then there's also the cuttlefish that you can find, which also looks like a squid. This works quite differently to the other floppers though. So you can't eat this one, and if you throw it, it will stick to whatever surface it hits. If you shoot it or damage it though, the cuttlefish explodes. So if you throw this fish at an enemy, it'll stick to them and blow up, but you have to shoot it to blow it up on other surfaces, so don't worry if you miss and want to pick it back up. To finish up the list of new items, there's a special mythic item that you can find near the Spire, and it's really overpowered. If you kill one of the Spire Guard NPCs, they will drop a weird looking orb, and if you follow the light trail coming from the orb, it'll take you to a rock that you can throw it into. And yep, the rock will then shoot out some mythic jump boots that you can pick up and wear, and they're awesome. The jump boots work as both a small jump boost and an unlimited glider redeploy. Trust me when I say, they're worth picking up. And that's pretty much all the new weapons and items. The biggest changes that come with Season 6 though are the overhauled features. It's time we talk about what's new with features and how they work. For the first time ever, Fortnite has added a complete crafting system to Battle Royale. Like I said earlier, you can find makeshift items now around the island, and you can use crafting to upgrade them as you play. The system pretty much completely eliminates RNG in the game, and it makes things a little easier for landing in tough spots. You can upgrade the makeshift series of weapons to be the Primal series, or you have a choice to craft them into regular weapons using mechanical parts. And you get the mechanical parts from cars and vehicles around the map. For Primal weapons, you can craft these using a new type of material called animal bones. And these can be found around the island on sticks and farms and by destroying animal skeletons. But you can also get them another way. It turns out wild animals have arrived on the Fortnite Island in Season 6, and they've pretty much changed the way we played the game forever. If you find boars, they become hostile and will try to attack you, but if you take them out, they will drop the stuff you're looking for, meat or animal bones, and I'll touch on that in a second. You can also find frogs around the map, and if you kill them, they will drop stink sacks, which could be also used to craft the Primal Stink Bow. And lastly, there are these little chickens on the island, and you can actually use these as a temporary glider. It's pretty funny. But the most important of the wild animals are the wolves. Wolves are hostile in the wild, but circling back about the meat item, wolves will happily become a little nicer to you for a good old treat. So basically, you feed the wolf and it opens a pretty small window for you to tame it and bring it to your side. Of course, these new features have completely changed the way that Fortnite works. It really does feel like a totally different game. Anyway, listen up, as you can even find new bunker chests around the map which contain legendary and mythic weapons. In fact, you can even get the mechanical bows from these chests too. According to Epic, as the season progresses, new weapons and upgrades can be found in these chests. Also, soon you'll be able to find the new Chonkers tire set that you could add to your vehicles, and they will let you drive better while off-road. We talked about vehicle customizing in the past, and it looks like this is the beginning of something new, so hopefully we see more vehicle customizing in the future. For the last overhaul feature, there have been major changes to NPCs. Luckily, they're still in the game past Season 5 and have been upgraded to be even more helpful. If you don't want to craft, you can still upgrade your weapons through NPCs using gold. And there are a huge amount of new NPCs around the map too, with extra lore and dialogue. But the most notable change to these guys are the new items you could buy from them. Some NPCs will allow you to pay for a prop disguise, which does exactly what you'd expect it to, turn you into a random prop. It's pretty funny and lets you ambush enemies in a unique way, but there's also another thing to buy, which is a rift. Yeah, NPCs can now activate rifts for you to rotate, but for a small amount of gold, of course. It's also important to note that a few characters have the ability to view the next storm circle, which could be very helpful if you're planning on where to go next. But now for the thing that everyone's intrigued about. Let's cover what's new with map changes. So this season, as expected, has completely removed the desert from Season 5 and replaced half of the map with a primal-themed area. It's full of orange colors and has 3 new named POIs. The main new POI is the Spire, which is the tall tower that's created in the live event. This thing is encasing the 0 point in the Foundation, who we found out is the leader of the 7, but we'll talk about that in another video. Anyways, around the Spire are villages and areas for you to explore. And there are a ton of zip lines coming from the tower that will let you rotate around the POI. You can find tower guard NPCs in the area. Also, Salty Towers has been updated and renamed to Bony Burbs, which kind of feels like a primal version of OG Tilted. It's accompanied by Colossal Crops, which can be found where Colossal Coliseum used to be. Which leads me to saying that the Coliseum has been destroyed and huge elements of Frenzy Farm can be found in the area. But now let's move on to what's new with skins, cosmetics, and the Battle Pass. The Battle Pass has arrived and has the motherload of story and collab skins. In Tier 1 is probably the most anticipated original Fortnite skins in a while, the man himself, Agent John Jones. He comes with a ton of variants for each trailer that he appeared in, and you can unlock his variants like the Mandalorian's Beskar quest from Season 5. Next up is Lara Croft, who we've been speculating about for months. The Tomb Raider is now in Fortnite, yes, and you can pick her up in the Battle Pass. She has a modern version, then the 25th anniversary variant, but you could also get a PlayStation 1 version of Lara Croft in the Epic Quest challenges, and, well, take a look. Then there's Tirana, but she's a primal themed girl with a few neat edit styles. And the fourth skin is then Raz, who probably knows more than he lets on. He has a built-in emote and edit style that includes Kevin runes, so there's probably more than meets the eye. After that we have Cluck, and he's an Easter themed skin, which Tabor Hill actually leaked back in Season 4. And it seems like he's the goofy skin of this season, but it's also followed by another collab. And that's what brings us to Raven from Teen Titans, and I don't really think that anyone was expecting this one. But now we have the Tier 100 skin for Season 5, and it's the Spire Assassin, who looks like she's wearing an outfit similar to the Spire on the map, obviously. She has a built-in emote that lets her take off the helmet, but that's the entire Battle Pass pretty much. It includes some awesome emotes such as the Clean Sweep, Evasive Maneuvers, Artistry, and Boots and Cats. There's also a Beanbag emote, and Raven brings a unique emote, which actually isn't locked to her skin. And finally, you can get the Season 16 umbrella for this season by winning a match, and it looks like this. Yeah, lots of 7 lore this season, I can't wait. But anyways, no more wasting time, let's finish off with everything else you probably care about. So there are a few other changes in Season 6 that you probably care about, starting with the magazine size limit. Previously, you could get 999 of any ammo type. It was pretty simple, but with Season 6, you actually have a limit on your ammo now. For shotguns, you have a maximum of 150 shells in your gun. For guns that use light or medium ammo, the cap is now 500 bullets, and for rifles that use heavy bullets, the cap is 50. It might not make much of a difference, but it'll prevent people from somehow getting 999 ammo in their guns. The cap has also been added to the amount of gold bars you could earn. In Season 5, you could have a maximum of 10,000, and now it's 5,000, not 5. And that's pretty much it. We've learned that Season 6 is scheduled to end on June 8th, which is when we expect to see Season 7. And that's everything you need to know about the new season. Thanks so much for watching. This has been Tommy, and keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.